What we have here is the B&W CM9. They're new speakers and about a week old. And I'm going to show you what's inside, but not only behind the dust cover, but also really inside the speaker. A lot of people find these speakers a little bit up forward, and they have a slight suck out in the middle, in the high middle range. And I want to know what's inside from the filter, the units, and the damping materials that are inside. And I'm going to show you exactly what is all inside, and I'm going to think about how I can get this little bit of harshness in the middle out of it, and to get it a little bit more detailed. The dust covers come off very easy. They're into the front wood with magnets. So you see, very easy. They even fall off when you shift it about. And what you then see is a high range. This is the famous B&W Nautilus tweeter with a tapered tube on the back side to dampen all the resonance in this chamber. Then you have the FST, or fixed suspension mid-range unit, also a very famous unit of B&W. And in this case you can see that the face plug in the middle is of real steel, not like some of the older 600 series types. They have plastic face plugs, so they don't help in cooling the driver. This one does. And then we have two base units, and they are made of a paper cone reinforced with Kevlar. And the face plug, yeah, it looks like a face plug, but it's more like a dust cap, but it's like foam-like material, hard foam. So I guess it's for dampening some resonances in the cone. What we see here is the FST mid-range unit hooked up to its wires, and what we see inside is a lot of dampening material. It's a pretty standard dampening material, nothing exotic. It's polyester stuff, and I'm gonna look what's behind it. Normally the filter for the mid-range and the high frequency units should be there. Hey, that's odd. This is a closed wall behind the dampening material. It shows that there is also not much dampening material in the inside. There you see the tweeter tube. The filter is in this model not behind the FST driver, but in a different compartment. So it should be behind the woofers. Well, I've seen enough. I know that this dampening material that's inside here, at the front of the wood there was this small piece of polyester fiber, and it's not very much. This can do better, and I think I'm going to put in some Twaron dampening material, which is famous for its use in mid-range units. What we here see is one of the base drivers. It's really a pretty heavy machine. It's really big magnets, voice coil cooling under the spider. And inside we see again the same dampening material as in the mid-range. And now I can see the cabinet is also much deeper than in the top. So I want to see where the filter is. This is the filter for the low range. It consists of two ferrite core coils and one electrolytic condensator and one resistor. Quite simple. It looks almost the same as the one in the 600 series, the 683, but I think I didn't see there the resistor. Now I'm going to see if I can find the filter for the mid-range and high-range units. What we see here is the filter for the high frequency and the mid frequencies, and we see some resistors, pretty standard stuff. We see some air coils, 2 pieces, and we see one B and W condensator for the mid-range and 2 condensators for the mid and high range from Mundorf, silver, gold and oil types, M-Cap, Evil. These are very expensive capacitors, and I'm really astonished that they are putting these capacitors already in these speakers, because this is almost the top end of what Mundorf makes. You should expect them in the 800 series, but they're already in the MC series. I'm quite surprised. The previous series of the CM series, I think they had black capacitors also from Mundorf, but I think they're more standard polypropylene type. I'm pretty pleased about this. The low end cabinet is not something that I can make a lot of changes on. It's damped just right enough, not too much, because the low end must not be damped too much. But the mid-range, there's something in it that this really has too little damping material, and therefore I will buy some very good damping material for the mid-range, and I think that's about it what I'm gonna do about the speaker. They already sound very good, and it's only the mid-range is a little bit forward, and according to simulations that I've done in Speaker Pro, this mid-range I can dampen out for almost 1 dB, and when you have 1 dB it doesn't sound like much, but when you do this over a broad frequency spectrum, then it is really a lot, and it's really something that is going to give a large impact to the sound. So next time I will show you what kind of material I'm putting in it, and I will tell you also what my findings are about the sound.